JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boy can't touch me. On my worst day,
That's
right
him.
here with my partner in crime, JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy?
What's up, bro? Just the eve after we got to see them Philadelphia Eagles.
Boy, shout out to the Chiefs.
Shout out to the Chiefs.
Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. They came through big time for us.
Yeah, bro. So I'm feeling good. Good in the neighborhood. You know, I didn't have to hear all the torture, but I'm good with it. So congratulations to the Chiefs and congratulations to Philadelphia. Never mind. Congratulations.
Texas on Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we got a very, very, very special guest today, man. Fighting. He's got a big fight this weekend. He's got a big fight at 140 pounds. He's a lightweight against Willie Shaw. He's Maryland's own. Let's welcome onto the stream, Greg, the Sharpshooter Outlaw.
Greg, what's popping, my guy?
What it do? What it do? Thanks for having me.
Man, you less than 5 days from the big showdown. Tell us, everybody from the 214 to across the pond, how you feeling right now?
I mean, well, if you know about boxing, and the cut week is the worst week for us. So, I mean, everybody be like, "You ready for the fight?" I said, "I'm ready for Friday. I can weigh in. Then I'm ready for the fight." But you know, it's exciting. It's an exciting time. So, I've been ready. I've been putting the work in. I'm ready to put on a performance on Saturday.
Hey, one thing I do, Greg, I cover these amateur fighters ever since I started boxing, right? People don't, and the pro fighters, people don't understand how it is making that weight cut. Can you really explain to everybody about the weight cut and how tremendous it is leading up to the fight?
It's I think it makes or break boxers really. It's rough. Like, people don't understand. I don't like to compare people to starving, but it's like the closest thing that you can probably get to really starvation. It's rough. Like, weight cutting is like, it makes you be like, man, it's either you going, like I said, box or I'm gonna quit. Like, this the type of nobody's just not built. You can't play with this. Something you can't practice. Like, you have to really be mentally tough for this thing right here. You can't eat, can't drink certain times, and once you get on that scale, that's it though. Once you get on the scale, I don't like talking to people really or nothing.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's what I was about to say, dude, because we see it all the time, dude. And I was gonna say thank you, because last thing I want to be doing if I'm about to get ready for are you starting tomorrow, your weight cut?
No, I started today, but that's why I said it had to be today. That's it. I'm done. I don't want to talk after today.
Yeah, I can't imagine wanting to sit and have conversations and put a smile on my face in the middle of a weight cut. So thank you. Appreciate you joining us tonight, man. It means a lot, and we appreciate it. But yeah, diving back into that, I've always said you have to be a little bit psycho, dude, to not only endure what y'all do in the ring, but leading up to it. And just touch on that, dog, and touch a little bit, because Corey brought it up earlier, the difference between cut weight and amateurs and now. I said they're both hellacious, but touch on how that works.
It's worse now, but amateur is this. The only difference is, most tournaments you gotta like hold a certain weight class, like a certain weight for a whole tournament, like a whole week. So like if you went to the nationals at like 140 per se, you would have to fight 140 you had to weigh in at 140 every day. Yeah. So like you had to walk around kind of your weight a little bit. Now it's like pros, you got some pros cut 30 pounds but they suffer, but then they hydrate. They kind of got to give you the advantage, I guess, per se. When you weigh in, you can rehydrate, but it's the going through the process of losing the weight, can't drink, can't eat, and still having to work out, having to find something. You have to dig deep and find something inside you that's like, I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Your will got to be strong. So I know I got a strong will for this thing right here. Like I always say, boxing ain't choosing me. I chose the boxing because I don't know how people put their self to this right here. It's rough. This ain't for the weak at all.
So tell everybody who don't know Sharpshooter, how long have you been boxing? What age did you start?
I started at 5, and then I stopped for a minute, played football. I probably came back at 10 or 11, and I've been doing it ever since then. This is my sport. This is me.
So 11-1, man. Was that 6 knockouts? When I see you, your last one. I think it was your last one, right? The one that was a result after the no contest.
Yeah.
What was that like, dude? Going through the no contest, having to see a rematch for the first time in your pro career, and walk us through that.
Like I always tell people, if I had a rematch, I would want the one, of course, or I want a rematch is like Canelo Triple G, for some big money like that. Rematching Devin Haney and Kambosos, so we both get paid. But the first fight ended no contest, and y'all don't really know because y'all from that area, but in this area, I'm like the big ticket seller. I said a lot of tickets, you gotta put the cheeks in the seat. So I think I was more so disappointed that ended in the first round, my fans and supporters didn't get to see me put on the show. So it just added fuel to the fire, and I said, all right, the next fight, I rematch him again if he accepted it. I didn't know he was going to accept it. He accepted it, and then I made sure I handled business how I should have, how I was going to, or how I should have.
So tell everybody from the 214 to across the pond how you got that name, Sharpshooter.
214. I like the way how you said. I like the way how you said that. I started when I was in high school. I think I've been sharp in everything I've done my whole life. And I think one of my good friends, man, you sharpshooter. We was playing basketball, football, or something like that. He's like sharpshooter. And it just stuck with me from I think in 9th grade, high school, all the way up to now. I used to call myself Money Man, but that's kind of like Floyd. That's nah, I'm just gonna stick with sharpshooter. That's the original, I think. So I ain't got no money like Floyd yet. So that's what it is.
Hold up real quick. I was about to throw up a quick picture. I got a little lost in the sauce. I was going to bring this up, bro. So, obviously you've done some sparring with Devin Haney. That says a whole lot about you, man. Talk us through that. I mean, how's that? Is that something that was that the first time for you, or was that, how'd that go?
Yeah, so I got the call by a lady named Serafina. They was looking for some 140s for the Kambosos fight. And I said, I got the call would Devin need some 140s? Can you hold yourself? I mean, can you hold your own in the ring? Because he be getting out on people. I watched it. I'm like, yeah. And she was like, do you want to go? I'm like, goddamn, I was sparring for free. That's some good work. But I'm like, hell yeah, I'm getting paid to go. I'm going. So she kept saying I guess she had some bad experience with other fighters going out there and he embarrassing them. And I seen some footage, so I know. And I was like, listen, I sparred with some of the best in the DMV got some of the best fighters. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm gonna hold my own. I'm too prideful. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. If I can't hold my own, I won't go. So I'm like, trust me, I got this. And then she was like, all right. So she sent me out there, and I had to spar the same day. Soon as I got out the plane, I went to the hotel, put my stuff down, and then we had to go to the gym and spar. So it was a good experience, though. Being out there with him and seeing how he work and seeing this, how smart he is in the ring is real. And then, I really ain't had no coach or nothing. So I was out there. It was a good experience. I had to really survive and hear the talking and all. You had to really be in that mode. So it just made me better. And I wish I actually want to go back out there for the Lomachenko fight. See, I can fight both ways. So after my fight, I'm gonna see if I can get back out there and be out there again.
So I'm thinking that's a tactic most fighters use. As soon as you get off the plane, come to spar right now.
Right.
Is that a tactic they use, or would you say that's smart of the fighter?
Honestly, I don't know because I'm not on a Devin Haney championship level yet. You know what I'm saying? So my sparring partners right now, I can spar with the best in the DMV or wherever, and we just go to we walk in the gym and we want to spar. They just spar us. So I never had to really fly fighters in yet, nothing like that, because we got all that work, like I said, in my area. But I guess they do that because when you go out there, they might give you a day to rest, I guess. But they paying you. So I'm getting paid they got to pay for my meals, my flight ticket. They got to pay me per week. So it's let's make sure he's worth it, worth the money type. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. Honestly, I was like,
real quick, Zach.
No, you
How
good,
long
bro?
was you down there?
I think I forgot, a couple of weeks, I think. It was rough though, because I had to do everything on my own. I asked him, I wanted to do the whole camp one. I wanted to show him, like, if you run with me, I'm gonna push you. I'm a great runner. Like, I can run, I can strength and conditioning. And then I had a fight coming up in May, so I was like, all right, like, let me work with you. I was asking Dad, Bill, like, let me work. He kept saying he was gonna call me. Like, I had my alarm set to wake up. Like, I wake up like 6 to see what they was gonna do. Like, because I'm a sleeper, so I'm like, make sure I'm up. And then they never really called. It's like, I guess I'm sparring partner, but I got up, ran. I don't know where I was at in San Francisco. I just ran on my own, did my own workouts, strength coach sent me workouts. I still had my own camp. Like, you wasn't going, like, my other roommate was in there kind of sleep. Like, I'm like, shit, me, this nigga getting shot by the day. Oh, can I say that? He getting shot by the day, and I think I'm about to be in there just not doing nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? No. So it was good though.
Hey, so we always hear people talking about Devin's power, man. You've been there in the trenches with him. What are your thoughts on? What are your takeaways on it? Compared to what you've seen, with some other sparring competition challenges you have.
I think he has some power. It's not like he like Tank, but he's so sharp that's what makes him bring the power. But that's nothing I ever been in it. Like, he moving up to 140 now, I guess, out of this fight. So I'm kind of naturally the bigger guy anyway. So it wasn't like I couldn't hold my. One time though, he hit me with a hook, but I keep my hands up. So I said, "Ooh, thank God my hand was up, because I don't know what would have happened." That one, he hit me like a slip hook, but I blocked it. But it was like, I don't want I don't want to know what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I'd have been all right, but he's real sharp. I mean, he's real smart. He's very smart.
So we talk about sparring partners, right? It's a lot of great fighters in the DMV. Can you drop any names of some of the guys you've been in the ring with sparring?
Of course, Tank, Jaleel Hackett, Trayvon Marshall, Mike Fox, Alontae Fox. He's in my camps, of course. Patrick Harris, Lamont Roach, Anthony Peterson. I mean, the list. I mean, you could just go on. We don't. At the DMV, we don't like duck. Like, it ain't like no hand. Yeah. It's like we like family in a sense. It's like somebody, if we come to the ring or come to the gym, we all just spar, whatever. We don't really like handpick, especially my gym. We like to work, so we gonna work with the best. We don't really Tank, of course. Like, we all work with whoever. It's not like that.
How now that you mentioned Tank Davis, he's on a level of superstardom that every young fighter wants to get to. One thing I do love about Tank, though, is that humility, and it looks like he stays humble. Now, from y'all's perspective, being the youngster, or not necessarily the youngster, but you know what I'm saying. How's he treat the community? How's he treat the local boxing community?
Oh no, I mean, as he's getting more of like superstardom, he is like, he don't be at some of the local fights and things like that, but he cool. Like, if when he see you out in public, or like at a club or something like that, or a function, he'll dap you. He ain't like just like don't talk to you. He'll dap you up. He act like he know you is. You know what I'm saying? I guess he never forget where he came from. I don't think. Some people say he's super humble to me, I guess, but I never seen him with no.
So with you fighting this Saturday, it's a cliche we hear boxers say all the time. It's the best training camp I ever put in. The best training camp I ever put in.
Right.
Let me ask you, is this the best training camp you put in thus far?
I would say I've been in camp for a little minute, because I was trying to get on the Tank card. I was supposed to get on that. Like I said, I sell a lot of tickets, so it made a lot of sense to put me on the card. So we stay ready anyway. But yeah, I think so. I mean, like, it ain't like each camp. So I can say at each camp, I always try to improve on something or change something or add more of something. So I would think so. For sure.
Are you talking about all the adjustments to your game, or not necessarily adjustments, but things to build off of from fight to fight, camp to camp? For folks who haven't seen you, who haven't watched you, what can they expect from a Sharpshooter Outlaw fight, man? What can they expect to see from you?
Well, I'm gonna bring some pressure. I'm gonna throw some shots. I'm gonna try to be smart behind my jab. This fight, this guy's he's real athletic. He can move a little bit, and he's like a one-shot puncher, counter puncher. So we don't know. Everybody got a plan A till they get punched and I'm out.
Sure.
I tell them, like, I'm gonna walk behind my jab, stay sharp. Everybody, especially a live dog in the beginning. So you stay sharp, stay on your defense, and I say he been punched, but he never been punched by me. So I think I'm gonna put.
Who would you say you look most like, or who'd you try to emulate growing up in terms of your fighting style?
When I was southpaw, I think I like Winky Wright because I used to have that like at the high guard. I was
underrated as hell, Winky Wright. Super underrated, Winky Wright.
Super for sure.
Yeah.
High guard guru. I like a little Donald Kerr, a little
Fort Worth own.
Yeah, a little Mike. I just try to take. I would box at Sugar Ray Leonard boxing, so of course you got a little dim dab of combination throwing that he had. It was a lot, so I don't know.
Hey man, like you said, you chose boxing, right? And we understand that. Tell me, when do you start not liking the fighter? Because I know it's super humble and you respect everybody, but what part of training camp, what weekend do you absolutely just ready to punch this muff in their mouth?
This one right here. This the week because I gotta motivate myself to go through this. It's like after this, I'm about to go work out again just to make sure. Like I'm a true professional. I don't miss weight. So like by any means necessary, I'm gonna make the weight. Like if I gotta suffer, quote unquote, whatever, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So like my last opponent, he didn't make weight. He came over like 4 pounds. So like, and he ain't even attempt to make it. And once he got off the scale, he like started drinking. So it's like, you gonna have to pay me for like I make you pay for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like this is the week here. It's like I'm suffering and I can't sleep. I feel like Tuesday or Wednesday it's hard for me to sleep because I'm so hungry. So I'm in a bed watching food channels all night, playing, watching some type of TV or I be trying to sleep, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So like people think that's torture, but I just like watching the food. Like I'm gonna write this down on my notes. I'm gonna go here when I'm done. But as soon as I weigh in now, hydrate, I'm back to normal. But it's just the week right here. Like he gonna have to pay for this. Like somebody gotta pay for this.
Can I say something real quick? So you fight at 140.
Yeah.
What weight do you usually walk around when you're not getting ready for a fight?
Probably like high 50s.
Mm-hmm. So you ain't had no trouble. Yeah, I mean, you say your life career long, super lightweight 140. You never had no trouble. Do you anticipate starting to get up? You saying at 29 years old now?
This actually, I actually started cutting a little sooner this one because I felt like I was walking heavier than I ever did because I think I'm getting older and stronger per se. So I could be just in my mind, but we'll see. Like once, like I just started a weight cut, so we'll see how my body feels or how I feel getting closer to weigh in. Like if I need to eventually, I'm gonna go wherever the money is anyway. So, but 140, 147, no matter.
So we know.
I cut my head if I gotta make weight one day. Like I said that, if I make 35 or some crazy number. Like my head probably weigh about 10 pounds or something for real. So I'm gonna cut it. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't miss the weight.
So we know in boxing, you play to win the game. You want to get in there and win every fight that you can. You had a loss. You have one loss in your career. Can you tell everybody how you took that loss and how did you make yourself bounce back from that loss? Because in boxing, I understand it's about wins and losses. It comes with the territory. How did you handle that?
I handled it, I guess, professionally, but I was upset. I'm a big. That's why I box now. I'm a so lose. I don't like losing to nothing. So, like I tell people, if you follow me on social media, me and my grandma play cards. I don't let her win in nothing. Like I don't like losing. That's not what I do. Like me and my brother be playing the game, we be playing Madden, and if I lose a game versus him, I'm pissed for the night. I'm just I'm pissed. As I got older, though, I'm getting better at the so loser thing. But so you can imagine, this is something I take serious. This is my career, and I think it just people say it lit a fire because my 3 fights after that ended in the first round knockout. So they could say, it did wake something up. Like, don't take this for granted. Even though I never took it for granted, not like that. Like, don't take the process for granted. Now, I don't want to have no excuses, but I want to make sure I'm hydrated. I want to make sure I'm hydrated. And you just live and learn, you know what I'm saying? So I probably needed to happen now on a level like that before for sure keep going up and up.
For sure, man. That's right around that age where it's almost like with age that wisdom starts building, you start picking up from the losses of your life, not so much meaning it was a loss, but a learning opportunity. With that being said, dude, you're at that peak of your career physically. You're saying, you're a professional and, boxing is your life. Like, what's the game plan, after this? Obviously, boxing is impossible to predict. Hell, we don't know what's happening next month in boxing a lot of the times. So, but what's the goal? What are you anticipating unfolds after next weekend?
I got a hell of a team. So you're saying like life outside of boxing?
Well, no, that was where we're good. I'm talking about after this fight. Like, what's the career path?
Oh, so this year is a big year I done got a manifest. It's a big year for me. We're gonna keep. I done had a few 8-rounders scheduled, and they just been ending early. So I'm gonna go 8 to 10, and then keep going. Like this fight gonna help me out in the rankings and keep going up and up. And we're gonna put our foot in the gas. We're not gonna just gonna. It has to make sense. Boxing is still political. It has to be money. Like this is a rough sport. It's like worse than AAU basketball. Like everything has to make sense. It's rough. Yeah. Like a lot of snaky stuff. So good thing is though, I got a hell of a team. I'm businessman. I got a degree and stuff like that. So we gonna try to fight 5 times this year, God willing.
Yeah.
And getting some good fights and put me into by the end of this year, put me into like that talk to have one of them. Like a belt, little belt, some type of belt, and I just got to take advantage of my opportunity.
So you said earlier that you've been at 140 your entire career, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you also stated that you started this training camp a little earlier. So how long do you actually, being at the age of 29, plan on staying at the weight at 140 before you just make that jump to 147?
How long? Like I said, it depends on how I'm walking around, how hard it gets for me to make this weight and the next fight. If I'm gonna try to fight again, like within the next couple of months. So if I can make the weight, then like if it's not killing me and I can't put my life in jeopardy. So as long as I can make the weight and I'm good, like you know what I'm saying, like.
So my question is 140 starting to kill you to make weight?
Like I said, I don't know. The last fight made it easy. Like this fight, I have to see this fight. Like I said, after this weigh-in, I'll see what's up. I just started cutting a little earlier because it's probably my mind mentally. Like I don't like I pride myself on being a true professional. I'm like I don't miss weight. Like that's why I make people pay when they miss that weight. Cause like
bro, that's all respect, bro. Like
that. Like I went through some shit. Like I went through some stuff for me to. You know what I'm saying? Like this is shit that make or break people, boxers. I'm telling you, this ain't for the weak. So as long as I can make it, I'm making it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know yet. Like I can't tell you. I get the question. I just don't know.
Hell yeah, that's good. Well, look, man, I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll take a real quick break. When we get back, we'll talk a little bit more big picture boxing stuff, more as a fan type deal. So give us a quick second. We'll be right back.
We all have battles. We fight. We train. We work. We persevere. And we celebrate. We are all one.
I can't do anything if I can't walk in my prosthetic. It's a lot of pain that I feel throughout my day. It can be very intense. Now I just put that balm over it and it will heal up much faster and it will let the callus recover. That's amazing. It is a total game changer. I am hooked. I'm just hooked.
Life is hard. KO makes it better. KOCBD.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all check out KOCBD.com, the industry's leading CBD for pain relief, anxiety, helping you sleep. Check it out. KOCBD.com. Use the discount code TSB10. We're back here with Greg, the Sharpshooter Outlaw. It's fight week for him. He's got a fight on Friday. So we just the last ones to talk before he disappears into starvation. Appreciate you joining, man.
Yeah, and yeah, we really do appreciate you, Sharpshooter. Now, one thing I enjoy about, because we always talk about boxing, obviously ourselves, and give our own opinion. But the real thing that I enjoy is hearing another fighter who's really in the game talk about boxing. Now, and I want you to be unbiased as you can when it comes to this, because one of the fights I'm going to ask you about, I'm going to ask you about now, it's a fighter who represent your same DMV area, and Javante Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Can you give us an honest outlook on that fight?
I think he clips Ryan Garcia.
Huh?
I think he clips him.
You think he knock him out?
I think he knocks him out. I think Ryan Garcia ain't been in tough like with Tank, somebody like a punch like that. I don't like the Ryan Garcia defense. It's a little sometimes he just hand thing and like that. And I think Tank can start a slow starter, but man, look, Tank makes Michael blind last fight. It's single punch. It's like that is crazy. Like somebody said, I couldn't see for a minute. That is like unreal. That is like
for weeks.
Man, that is nuts. That's crazy. He can punch. It's like I don't know. It's like everybody just start off, then you get that one punch, bro.
And
taller. If he box though tall outside and try to just Tank it real short. But I don't know if he can stay. I don't know. I like Tank by knockout at later rounds 9-10.
I'm gonna have to second that, bro. I second it. I think that's how it's gonna end, and it's no disrespect to Ryan Garcia. I said it before, Corey, when we were on the Boxing Boys, they had it right there. Can he beat him? I think he can beat him. It's not impossible, but hell, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just glad they're making it happen. Well, it sounds like we're about to get an announcement. But
I heard it's not happening. I heard. I don't know. You just don't know.
I seen Tank in the wheelchair, but I think it's too much money out there for it not to happen.
Yeah, it's like
another one. JJ put up the picture earlier of you sparring this guy and Devin Haney. He got this big fight coming up against Vasyl Lomachenko. What's your thoughts on that fight, sir?
I like Haney. I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I think Lomachenko's because he get a little older. He can box real good and things like that. But Devin Haney, he's smart. Be on the outside. He had his peak. He's sharp. I like Devin Haney on it. Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, you say you sell a lot of tickets in your city, right?
Yeah.
So that means you the A side in a lot of fights, in all of your fights, right?
Yeah.
So you do understand in business it's an A side and it's a B side. Yeah. So me speaking of that, I talk about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. It's obvious that Errol Spence, I'm not saying that because I'm from Dallas, Texas. It's obvious that Errol Spence is the A side versus Terrence Crawford. And we know that's what's holding up the fight, but forget all that. Right. What's your thoughts if that fight happened between Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford?
That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I think Errol Spence, man, that's rough. I think if Terrence Crawford a dog, so when I feel like when he get punched, he likes to stand there and like I'm gonna punch you back type thing. We're gonna brawl now. And I don't know if that's the best strategy for Errol Spence because he wants to be on the inside. I think Terrence Crawford should use both stances, box real good outside, and then may the best man win.
No, is it so 50-50?
The 50-50. I think it's a 50-50. Them two, they can fight like shit. Both of them can fight. I know Earl the truth for a reason. I think they both can fight. It depends on what fighters coming out. I'm actually gonna bet on the odds. Whoever's the underdog per se. I'm betting on that one. The odds got to be even with that fight. That's a rough fight.
I agree, dude. It's impossible to. On one day, I think it's gonna be Bud. The next day, I think it's gonna be EJ. It's an impossible fight to pick, man.
Hey, but Jay, he just said something real smart though, and this is coming from a boxer's perspective. Yeah. And I thank you for that, Mr. Sharpshooter, because I say this all the time. I pick Errol Spence to win this fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. It ain't because I'm from no Dallas. Shit, I just pick Errol Spence for the one thing you just said. When Terrence Crawford get hit, he don't come back in defensively responsible. He want to get his lick back real quick. And a guy with an Errol Spence who's fundamentally sound and his defense is on point, I think that's what give Errol Spence the edge. Thank you for saying this, sir.
You're welcome. For sure.
I got one last pick 'em for you, man. The Benavidez plant card. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm gonna be there. It's like Benavidez is Caleb Plant is like I like him so much because he can box real good and his story of course but Benavidez it's like he carry all that power coming from like a heavyweight basically and he's so fast and sharp and he go combinations out of combination. It's like and his height too might give Caleb Plant a problem. So
yeah, that's another. Corey, you look like you're starving to say something.
No, I mean, I got Caleb Plant winning that fight.
Ooh, yes, that's a bold statement.
I got Caleb Plant, and the reason why Caleb Plant is a guy like you say you are, he's professional, right? We seen David Benavidez a lot of times not be professional, and if you see David Benavidez, him making weight, you could tell he really sucks himself down. So, in my opinion, because I think their skill level is great, they wouldn't be at this level if it wasn't. But my thing is, with a guy like Caleb Plant, I think he put in more work than David Benavidez, and I think that's what give him the edge. But let me ask you this real quick.
He did say he in camp all year round. You're right. That's what Caleb Plant said. I think camp all year round. So
yeah.
It's a potential super fight that possibly could happen. You stated earlier, and a lot of sources say this, that Devin Haney is moving to 140. But who would you pick out of Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney at 135?
That's just a chess match. I think like Shakur is a mastermind at distance. So is Devin Haney. He's good with his jab. That's just like that'd be a fight I would love to see as a boxer and know the sport. But I think some people will be like the Mexican style fights. They'd be bored. That's gonna be like a chess match. It'd be like
they could change the damn channel, bro.
Both pawn with the jab, just finding their distance, and I don't know. That's a good fight.
I'm gonna have to concur with Mr. Derek Marks right there. I agree 1,000%, man. But man, let's go ahead and wrap this up, dude. Again, thank you. Can you let everybody know where to find you? If there's an outlet for the fight this weekend, let everybody know where to find it, brother.
So on my Instagram at Sharpshooter Outlaw. So it's all you see. I'm wearing the headband at Outlaw. My last name Outlaw, yes. And then I'll post a link there, or I'll send if you want to go to the fight. You from this area, I'll show you where to go. My mom has tickets, but like I'm the link right now. I don't know, the promoter ain't tell me where you can watch it besides, I guess, in person because they want to make the money, of course.
Sure.
Right? So just follow me on Instagram.
That'll work, man. Well, we appreciate you. Good luck to you, dog.
And yeah, like I just said, we do appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to having you on more in the future after this fight. We know you're gonna need that little, time to chill, but after about a month off, we'll look after the fight. We'll love to have you back on to talk about this fight and to see what's next. If there's any plans, and like you say, your great team got some planned in the future.
All right, fellas, y'all have a good night. Good luck to you, Mr. Outlaw.
Thank you, brother.
This is JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTB. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.